to talk about blues scales. There are two different types of blues scales. There's a major blues scale and a minor blues scale. I'm going to show you how to put them together, how to figure out what notes are in each scale, why you're picking those particular notes, and how to use the scales. So if you haven't seen it, if you would check out my last original song video, you get to see me get slapped in the face with a burrito, which was kind of fun, but it hurt. So for this first lesson, for part one, I'm going to show you something that is extremely cool. If you haven't seen my other lessons, please go back and review them. It'll help you understand this one quite a bit better. So first, in order to understand this, we're going to cover C major blues. Major blues is not used as often as minor blues, but I think it's more important to cover major blues first because it's just a tiny bit more basic, I guess, than minor blues as far as being fundamental. So to understand the major blues scale, you have to know the major scale. That's the first step in figuring out the major blues scale. So I discussed that in my very first lesson in this playlist. And I'm just going to write the notes of the major blues scale up here, C major. Okay, so we number each one of those notes. There's your root note. Your tonic would be 1. And you've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And that's C major. Okay. Now, let's see, I think it was the 5th lesson in this playlist, I discussed pentatonic scales and how to make them. And they are derived from the major and minor scales, respectively. So C major pentatonic is derived from C major. And to get C major pentatonic, what you're going to do is you're going to leave out notes. You're going to leave out the 4th, and you're going to leave out the 7th. So if I write that down here, that is C major pentatonic. Pentatonic because it's got 5 notes, like a pentagram has 5 sides. So let's see, we'll number these here. 1, 2, 3. And because this is just skipping some notes from the C major scale, we're going to number this 5. We're not going to number this 4. We're going to use the same numbers we have up here, because that is showing you the relationship between major pentatonic and major. Okay. Just to refresh your memory, if you didn't see the lesson on the pentatonic scales, this is what C major pentatonic sounds like. Okay, so now here's where all the magic happens and the fun, and it's such a small addition to this, which makes it so cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this pattern here, and we're going to start with that. So you see how this comes from this. This next scale will come from that. So first, we'll take the same notes. And you've got the same numbers. Okay. And where the magic happens is we're going to add one note between 2 and 3, right here. Okay, and that note is considered the blue note, which is why this is a blues scale. You throw that note in and it makes the scale sound different, gives it a different character. So that note is going to be E flat. Right there. Okay, so that is just that note right there. It's the note that falls between E and D. Adding that one note makes this a 6-note scale. And technically, you could consider it by a few different names. You could consider it the C Major Pentatonic Blues Scale. Most of the time, you will never see it referred to that way. They'll leave that out, and they'll just call it the C Major Blues Scale. And that's it right there. I'll show you what it sounds like first. So it gives you a completely different feel. Major blues, just like C major, is going to sound a little bit more upbeat than C minor. C major blues is going to sound a little bit more upbeat than C minor blues. It's still the blues. It still has a little bit of a sadness to it. So I'll play a little bit more with it so you can get a better idea of what it sounds like. When you're playing these scales, because this is derived from this, which is derived from this, you don't have to just stay on the major blues scale with your right hand. You can, whenever you feel like it, you can switch to pentatonic and leave out the blue note, and you'll get a different feel. You can switch back to regular major. You can use all these different variations as you feel appropriate, and you just kind of wing it, and it gives you more options when you're improvising. Okay, so The important thing to remember with this is the relationship between the C major blues to the C major pentatonic and that relationship to C major. So that's it for today. So if you have any questions or feedback, please drop me a comment. I respond really quickly. I'll help you with anything I can. And I really appreciate you watching my videos. And I'll have more coming very soon. And thanks a lot. Have a good one.
I wonder what sound it makes when you slap someone with a burrito. Does it go splat? Does it go thump? Does it go plump? Let's find out. Hey burrito man.